Students, we'll start with the next topic, that is sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Okay. Now the reproductive parts of the angiosperm. Angiosperms are flowering plants, are located in flower. Okay. Now the different parts of the flower: sepals, petals, stamen, and pistil. Okay, which are already studied in the lower class. We'll just have a quick recap of what we have studied in the lower class. These are the petals. These are the sepals. Okay, now this completely, can you see from here, this inside this, okay, this is a pistil. Okay, and this is a stamen. Okay, now stamen and pistil are the reproductive parts of the flower, and they contain germ cells. Now what are germ cells? We have already seen in the last class. They are reproductive cells. Okay, so these two contain the reproductive cells, so they are known as the reproductive parts of the flower. Okay, and this flower may be unisexual, that is, for example, papaya and watermelon. This plants, they contain flowers which are having either of stamen or pistil. Okay, they don't have both in them. Some flowers are bisexual, like hibiscus mustard, where they have got both stamens and pistil in one flower. Now stamen is the male reproductive part. Okay, and it produces pollen grains that is, there are yellowish in color, while pistil is the present in the center of the flower, and it is the female reproductive part. Okay, again I am just will have a quick look here. This is the center of the flower, this is the pistil, this is the female reproductive part. Now this, okay, is the stamen, that is the male reproductive part. It has got two parts, anther, and this is the filament. Now this anther contains pollen grains. Okay, while pistil is made up of three parts, you can see here. This, the lowermost swollen part is the ovary. This is a neck like, that is style, and this is the topmost part, that is a stigma. Okay, so let us go back here. It's made, the female reproductive part, that is the pistil, is made up of three parts. The swollen bottom part is called as ovary. The middle elongated part is called the style, and the terminal part is called the stigma. Okay, so again this is stigma, style, and ovary. Okay, the ovary contains ovules. Okay, and each of the ovule has an egg cell in it. Now the male germ cell, which is produced by the pollen grain, that fuses with the female gametes, which is present in the ovule. Okay, so both the ovules and the pollen grain, they contain the cells. Okay, ovule has an egg cell. Okay, and pollen grain also has a male germ cell. Now these both fuse. Okay, after fertilization, and they give rise to zygote. Now this zygote is capable of growing into a new plant. Thus pollen needs to be transferred from stamen to stigma. Okay, the first thing is the pollen grain from here, stamen, it has to come to stigma. Okay, now this transfer of pollen grain, if it is occurring in the same flower, it is called as self-pollination. But if the pollen is transferred from one flower to another flower, if the flowers are different, then it is known as cross-pollination. The transfer of pollen grain from one flower to another is achieved by the agents like wind, water, and animals. The transfer is done by these agents. Okay, now once the pollen lands on the stigma, okay, it has to reach the female germ cell, which is in the ovary. Now if you have this diagram, this is the ovary. Now this ovary has got the germ cells, female germ cells. These are the female germ cells. So the pollen grain, okay, from here, it has to reach this germ cell. So a tube of a pollen grain travels through the style and reaches the ovary. So now you can see this is the tube coming out of the pollen grain. Like this, the tube will grow through the style and then it will reach to the ovary. Okay, now once the pollen grain and the female germ cell, they meet, zygote is formed after fertilization. This zygote divides several times to form embryo. All these things occur within the ovules. Okay, so this is all done within the ovule. The ovule develops a tough coat and it is converted into seed. So after fertilization, once the embryo is formed, it converts into seed. While the ovary, this part, the ovary, okay, it rapidly grows, ripens and forms into fruit. So this part becomes the fruit and this part becomes the seed. Okay. Meanwhile, the petals, sepals and stamen and all they shrivel and fall off. Okay. Now the seed contains the future plant or the embryo which develops into the seedling under appropriate condition. This process is called as germination. So the seed, once it germinates, it has got two parts. The upper part is called the plumule, which is the future shoot. The lower part is called the radicle, which grows into the root. Okay. And these are the parts of the seed. They are known as cotyledons, which store the food. Okay. Thank you.